Here we go again, sports fans. I'm here with my buddy Josh. I'm Kendall. We're talking about some things this week. A lot of things happening in football. We're down to the very end. Hey, it's getting down to the brim. New season, new time. Happy 2020 to everybody. Josh, what do you think about the conference championship that just happened this past weekend?
Well, I definitely think that that the clearer picture is definitely here. As good as the Titans have played, they did get a little exposed. They because of their ground game, they do play better with a lead. Once they take advantage of those turnovers like they did in the previous games, they got that lead. They maintained the lead due to a great running attack with Derrick Henry. And then, of course, Tannehill. I mean, he's still doing – I mean, he doesn't pass a lot, but he passes enough. And we're not talking dink and dunk. We're talking chunk yardage.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they couldn't sustain their attack, to be honest. I thought I actually expected it to be a little bit closer there to the end. But,
I hear that.
But in that last half, Chiefs had it the entire way. And
looking at him in previous weeks, I mean, let's go by Texans. I mean, that was kind of all right, what happened with that game, you know? And then thereafter, you know, they've had a couple close calls, but they still pulled it out.
And then, of course, if you take a look at that first game that the Texans played, what was that, week 15?
Oh, yeah.
That was the first one, and that came down to the nail-biter.
Yeah, it did.
And Texans pulled it off, and that just goes to show that they have a hard time containing running-style QBs.
Yeah.
The reason that they didn't have as much trouble with Lamar Jackson, I think, is because they got lucky with that turnover. They got the lead, and they basically just kept him off the field.
Yeah, I totally agree. Tannehill, he's on fire right now, man, but wasn't enough to pull that out. I mean, here we are. We're coming down to the brim where it's Kansas City now against San Fran. Let's go with San Fran, Green Bay. What did you see on that one?
Well, I think we saw basically most of what we saw previously from Green Bay. It's basically Green Bay from my assessment, and I was rooting for them. I really, you heard me talking. I thought they had a chance.
Yeah.
But ultimately, what it came down to is those miscues. They're still not firing on all cylinders. They still seem to be like a high-power offense.
Yeah.
That's misfiring. Drop balls, miscommunication. Plays are just not working out, and obviously this is their first year with LaFleur. His system.
Right. You got to keep that in mind for sure.
I think that. They're definitely a team that we need to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah,
but
they
luckily,
got a lot more years left.
Yeah, and very basically, and that defense is young too. So if Aaron Rodgers can get on a consistent page with other receivers other than Devontae Adams, because he was really the only one that was consistent in that game.
That's true.
I think that they have a shot, but they're definitely going to have to get. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to get more familiar with other receivers.
Aaron Rodgers, I've seen he's been there before. He's been quite close several times in the past, including bringing up that old Dallas game.
Well, let's not forget he's got a ring. So now he's seeking his second. So.
Yeah, and he's well deserved, but this is just not his time this season.
No, definitely not.
Go San Francisco, that's my team.
And they even had a decent enough running game, but when you take a look at what the San Francisco defense did,
they're shutting it down.
Shutting it down. And I have to say, I mean, if I have to pick between the two teams right now, I haven't even looked at the point spreads yet. Usually, because right now the first week there's a lot of money line shifting and people waiting and stuff like that. Right now, I definitely like San Francisco to win. That defense is going to be hard for Mahomes to overcome, and they're going to be able to contain Mahomes to at least to some level. And Mahomes and those Chiefs are going to have to get turnovers in order to have a shot.
I think that's what's going to have to take. What it's going to have to take for them. But I mean, I see it coming close to the brim. It's going to be kind of a close game. But I mean, who knows? Any point in that game, it can break. It can be wide open for the guys just to run it. But I mean, I don't see it going further than 10.
I think the number one thing that San Francisco has in their favor is that running game. Even though they lost their other running back, the backup did a decent enough job, and that defense in Green Bay is stout.
Yeah.
Now, the Chiefs' defense have matured and solidified throughout the season. They've been playing better ever since the second half of the season.
Even during Mahomes getting hurt.
Exactly, when Matt Moore came in to help lead him to a couple of victories.
Yeah.
So
they've had their composure.
This one is going to be different. I think we may see somewhat of a shootout, especially there toward the end, depending on who leads when.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one. Everyone else, y'all should be watching out there too, because this is going to matter for sure.
Definitely. And we are going to do a pregame show as well as a little bit of a halftime show. Give us our, we're going to give our takes. Hopefully, I'm going to have a whole full house here, and other people may chime in a bit, but we'll definitely have the whole crew, hopefully, back on Super Bowl Sunday, and we'll see how things go from there.
That's going to make our name for sure.
So what do you think? Predictions? What do you got? You got your Niners taking it all?
I got to go with my team. Niners are going to do it. It's going to be a close one. I'd say no more than 10 points.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
you have to figure 7-4,
Yeah.
If somebody has to settle for a field goal there.
Yeah. Oh, but, yeah. And those definitely count.
Oh, yeah. And they add up, too. So, I agree. Every time, no matter what angle I look at this, I think it's going to come down to that San Francisco, the running attack. They're going to get it going. Garoppolo is going to pass when he has to. They're basically going to use the same formula that the Titans have used. It almost worked against Kansas City, but the difference is that Garoppolo and you have Kittle and you've got who else is on there in the Green Bay or the San Francisco side? Kittle's obviously the biggest one, but there's another receiver over there, and that tight end is good too. So, San Francisco can pass. They can go pass for pass and score for score.
They can do the same thing too. Mahomes does not mind scrambling.
The difference is the run game.
Yeah.
The Kansas City does not have as big of a run game as San Francisco did. I know that they're down to the one running back, but still, that offensive line. And then when you take a look at the defensive line with Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa, he got after it, man. And I'm looking forward to this game to see what they can do and see if they can contain Mahomes. Because right now, it's a Joe Montana Super Bowl. You have the Niners and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I like what I'm seeing.
And this first time Kansas City's been
in a while. They've made some playoff runs, but this is the first time they've made it to the big show.
It's well deserved for them, man. Both teams, hats off to y'all. Y'all gonna make something.
Yeah, I really feel that with these two teams, we got the cream of the crop. There's definitely an argument there to say that the Titans deserve to be there as well. They put in a very hard fight, and they've actually beaten the Chiefs earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't they?
They did. Yeah, it was earlier in the season.
It was earlier in the season.
I have to look back.
And so you have the Tennessee Titans. Even though they were 6th seed, they went toe to toe with the big names of each division. The division leaders. They lost to Kansas City and Arrowhead during the playoffs, and that's what it came down to.
Well, after this, we're going to see that everyone's setting up their totem pole for the setting of the next season. That's going to happen because we've seen teams such as let's put it out there, Raiders here a few years back. Yep. They had a shot there.
I even think the Raiders
Falcons. They were in the Super Bowl.
Well, and that actually is a value. Remember, they blew that 28-point lead.
Oh yeah.
You know what? This is Kyle Shanahan's chance to win that back.
This is your time, sir. So you got to do something.
You're back. Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal. Keep your foot on the throat and
do not let off the gas for 1 second, and don't get caught slipping.
Because I like Kyle Shanahan. I like what he's done. I think that he can get it done.
He looks like he's humble, doing his thing and stuff. He's like, hey, well deserved. Here we go, guys. But he's got to make sure.
If nothing else, this proves that he is a solid head coach and offensive coordinator.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
No, no, not at all.
So, ending that note, hell, you want to go
coaching,
hiring, and firing.
I know that there's a few others out there, and I've been seeing that that Browns did find a head coach as well.
Yeah.
But the most interesting ones I thought was Cromell leaving Texans. It started to part ways. If that's the case, Wade Phillips is available, and I hate to say it, but him coming back would actually help your defense.
Yeah.
Even though he's been there before, definitely not a bad pick. But I get it. I think they're promoting within. If I read the article correctly, they're promoting their offensive line.
He's been around for a while, and he's done a good job there. And he's actually played. He's been a player in the system.
Yep.
But I think he's just tired of that flim flam and says, you know what, I've done all I can. I don't want anyone to put it on me.
I think it's just Cromell's been there for quite a while, and he might even be. I don't know if it was. I read the article, but I only read it quickly in passing, and I did catch that they are hiring the offensive line coach to the defensive coordinator position.
Yeah. That's promoting from within, which is a good thing.
Not bad.
So I mean, Texans.
But I think Cremel. It's just kind of like with Wade Phillips. Over a time, you get so hung up on certain players playing certain positions, they don't really change out too much, and then and over time things get too predictable.
And then promoting from within is always a good thing.
Oh yeah,
I mean you can't.
But of course, we take a look at who else is out there, especially on the defensive side. I really can't think of anybody that's worth it to pick up on the defensive coordinator side.
Yeah, let's just keep it where it's at on that one.
I mean, they got the players, so I don't think.
We're calling out you, John, right now. You should be here to tell us about.
Yeah, no kidding. We're John. we're missing our
that's
insider,
one of our brothers.
Our Texans insiders
that's okay.
Knowledge here.
We still care,
And if you need a ride to work, give me a call.
Hey, how about this Jason Garrett thing here?
I think it's hilarious.
He got picked up for the Giants.
Giants offensive coordinator.
Oh, that's huge. He still has a job in the league.
In the division.
In the division too, yeah. And that, hypothetical.
If you can't marry the woman you want, marry your sister.
That was good.
So,
within the family, right?
I mean, if you really want a chance, you should go to Philly, but
Oh, well, I mean, there's a chance. Hey, there's a lot of teams that need some help right now.
I take a look at the Giants, and they need a lot of help. I'm sorry.
For that fit, for him, I mean, I wouldn't knock it. Yeah, he may turn that team around. They could go to the playoffs next year, and, who knows what will happen.
I mean, whenever you have a new coaching, people tend to rally around the new coaching, the new, everything's new and everything's changing.
True.
Schemes and offensive plans. So, I mean, I think that you're going to see a rally the first few weeks, but you're going to find out who they are after week 5, 6.
No, I personally, I don't hate the guy at all. I think he's done a phenomenal job.
Oh yeah.
In his past few years.
I just think that when it comes to the Giants, they have a lot to overcome right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, we still don't even know. Have they made an official announcement on whether or not Eli's playing?
They have not. Same thing with Brady.
Brady, and then of course Rivers.
And Rivers. You brought that up earlier. I mean, there's a lot of up and down going on. But
well, and of course they have until what? I think the end of March.
Well, let's just say,
or at least at the end of February is when they finally. I think it's either March or February where the contracts end. So we'll see a lot of moves, especially here after the Super Bowl. When people start looking at the draft and mock drafts and figure out what they want to do.
I think that draft's going to set the pace.
Well, a lot of times the free agency trades will dictate who's taking who in the draft.
Yeah, that's true too.
So we'll do our best to keep tabs on that. Obviously, that's a big undertaking for just our small little crew, but we'll do what we can to come up with some good information for y'all.
But we have a good crew that likes to keep y'all informed and enlightened, and we definitely appreciate y'all listening to us because it does matter.
Yep. And one thing that is coming up here right after the Super Bowl is the XFL. We have discussed and we're thinking about taking a chance on it, seeing what kind of product it is. And doing
this
is
right,
and rolling this into taking.
Is the XFL on the same level as the NFL?
No,
because as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be the minor leagues of the NFL.
Well, I mean, take a look. I mean, the Arena League? It's been around for a few years, and we still nobody really follows the Arena League.
At all. CFL, I want to say different, even though we're still in North America.
Oh, CFL is at least more respectable. Right now, it's been around.
It's been around for a lot longer than XFL and arena football.
That's true.
But y'all kind of chime in on that one, give us your reviews and stuff. But
especially with the rule changes now, it is supposed to make things a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fast paced. It's definitely going to be a challenge for coaches that cannot adjust on the fly. So coaches that have a hard time adjusting, they'll be exposed. You'll obviously see. You'll see a lot of
who's the leaders and who's not the leaders.
Dominating teams, especially early on, because of that. Now, granted, things might change as the season goes on, but it's a quick season. I think it's only 10 weeks. 10 weeks?
And only 8 teams in the league.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like we got 32 versus 8. I mean,
I wonder what those playoffs are going to look like, right?
Top 4. Very interesting to see. I'll say that.
Top 4 bracket.
Maybe.
Just like the college?
I'd say top 2 probably. But interesting to see.
Yeah,
I don't even want to go into salary caps.
Well, we won't even cover that. But we are going to check it out. We are going to watch it. We are going to cover it. Also during this NFL offseason, which I know we primarily did NFL, we're going to try to cover the NBA sports, especially once it gets to the
MLB.
playoffs, because everybody I've talked to says that's when it gets interesting.
Yes,
and
yes.
I'll agree. I think that's definitely something we should cover. I don't really know too much about baseball, but you plan on doing anything for the baseball stuff?
MLB is going to be a really big talk, especially what happened to the Astros. I'm wearing the jersey tonight. Well, not the jersey, but the shirt. Everyone's heard what happened to Houston.
I've heard, but I'm still confused on it, and then maybe I'll have him bring me up to speed.
All that
later.
collusion, however they say that. And stuff.
Signal.
But,
I don't know.
Signaling and stuff.
Signal stealing.
Sign stealing.
Look, I don't know.
They're just playing ball.
I think that it's nothing more than the first or the third baseman couldn't already see.
Yeah.
And I remember in Little League, they would give me signals on whether or not it was going to be a fastball or a curveball, and that was Little League. So I don't know. I just think it's a bad talking point.
A video camera stealing signs from the catcher. Okay,
but we're still talking about relay too, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's what the inside part was.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
We got a video camera on it. Oh, okay. Well, that is illegal. You can't do that and then show it reviews in schools.
True. Well, I don't know. Who knows? But we'll keep tabs on that. We'll try to bring you some stuff. Probably won't be weekly like it has been. But we will do our best to get you guys some footage.
We'll still be around, for sure.
And definitely, after we're going to do a mock draft thing, right? So that's coming up.
Yeah, forgot about
mock
that.
Draft. We'll as soon as the draft is getting close, we'll probably give our own little picks and stuff. I know that there's a couple of magazines out there that we'll probably have to pick up, like Sports Illustrated's got their mock draft, and I think that there's a college one, the College Poll magazine.
Oh yeah. Well, we gotta see the new
we'll try to get that out.
New
We'll
talent coming in.
Yeah, and we'll definitely try to do our own little analytics on that before the draft, see how good we are. I don't know. I'll probably suck. This will be my first year trying to do that, but who knows?
You're gonna be right.
Well, you know Larry though, Larry Jr. Yeah, I know he probably won't be.
I'm his protege, so
Larry Jr. We know that you're gonna come with it, and
Larry, you're gonna be
you
there,
know the
man.
college talent better than anybody. We'll be following your advice definitely.
We want to keep you guys all updated on everything that's going on when it comes to the sports. Just keep viewing us. Hey, we won't let you down at all, right, brother Josh?
We're gonna try. Hey, it's been fun. Stick with us, and hopefully we can close this out with a bang with the Super Bowl.
Here we go.
Thanks for joining us.